You know what? We're trying something new here with the DPB show. We're going to do little clips like this. So I encourage you to like, comment, subscribe to all of our formats, whether that be Facebook, Twitter, Rumble, or YouTube. I'm going to do a little reaction just out of the gate because there's so much content out there. I don't know if any of you um, are as excited as I am to really dive deep into what's being said out there in the Twitter land by Governor JB Pritzker. But I've been following JB now uh, for almost 5 years, and it's fascinating to see what he's willing to put out there. Now, granted, I understand it's not JB, it's JB's social media team that's out there bouncing stuff out of Twitter's veal. But the particular tweet that I'm going to deal with today is the Republican Party. This is what it says on his Twitter page. The Republican Party wants us all to believe they're a party of freedom while they fight to take away our rights in states all across the country. They fight to take our rights away across the country. It says here that on the left, Democrats protecting the right to choose, Republicans banning the right to choose. Let's just deal with that one, okay? This is interesting. So it's a right to choose. However, it's not a right to live, but it is a right to live, according to the Democrats, when it comes to issues like, let's say, celebrating transgender activist rights, right? That's they talk about their rights. That's a right. But the unborn have no rights. That what is kind of overarching the right to choose is the fact that there's a life that's involved, that you're choosing to extend your life without the life of another. Isn't that interesting? The second point here, expanding voting rights versus, that's the Democrat view of it, versus making it harder to vote. Come on now. How hard is it to vote? I mean, this is so ridiculous. This man is taken seriously. His administration is taken seriously. When they say expanding voting rights, what does that even mean? We now have 40 days of voting in the state of Illinois. I call it the election season rather than election day, because there is an election day. Unfortunately, um, the season, the 40 days, is prior to one day of voting, which now most elections are decided within the first 20 days of the election season because of vote by mail, which happens to be something that they've put in force, the Democrats here in Illinois. Mind you, it's funny that JB would say anything as it pertains to Illinois and the rest of the country, because here in Illinois, we provide people an opportunity that doesn't exist in all states to vote by mail. And once again, part of that is to secure early, or I should say low propensity, low information votes uh, out there in the elector. So making it harder to vote, the Republicans are making it harder to vote. How hard is it to present an ID when they say that not everybody can get an ID? Well, it seems like everybody can get a cell phone. I just passed another one of those tents the other day called Access Communications or something like that. And I went on their website. Of course, it's the governmental phones, right? Everybody's entitled to a cell phone. So everybody can get a cell phone, but everybody can't vote. Maybe we should try to utilize the cell phones that we're giving away free for people can vote. Hey, if we're going to give them a free phone, I think that it's only right that we have a trade-off. Finally, fighting book bans, censoring classrooms. Well, the fighting the book bans is the Democrats' way of approaching JB's challenge that we are trying to be not the party of freedom, uh, versus censoring classrooms and banning books. Uh, Come on. Are we really going to go down this rabbit hole? JB, what is the difference when you talk about book bans? When you look at the context of books that we have already been banned, usually by the radical left, because they believe it infringes upon their ideological beliefs, and the people who have written the books are deemed to be racist, homophobics, transphobics, misogynists, white supremacists, and all those other lists, or all those other names that you throw around that seem to me have very little meaning these days. Um, the book bans themselves, I believe that we shouldn't have pornographic content in schools. Now, somebody says, what's pornographic about it? Well, it's pretty simple. Um, when you are demonstrating sex acts, or you're having people actually perform sex acts in schools for people as young as 5 years of age, that is pornographic, and we want to ban content like that wherever it really exists when it comes to K through 12 education, whether that be public libraries or public school systems. This is a big topic. I'm glad we are able to kind of hit upon it. I do want you to go out, subscribe to the YouTube channel, the Twitter, uh, our Twitter channel, or is it channel? Do we call it a channel? I think it's a channel. Facebook, and also Rumble. Hey, I appreciate you guys joining me here on the clips of the DPB show.